Hello, I am Archivist Saren, and welcome to my study. And today, we are once again doing something very different. I've been watching a lot of Subnautica lately. Mainly, I think because Subnautica 2 came out, and then I was watching Markiplier's Subnautica 2, and then I ran out of episodes of that because he's been uploading them pretty slowly, and then I was like, oh, let's go back and watch his original playthrough, and then I've been watching other people's original playthroughs of the first game. It's been a whole to-do. I maybe would have been playing the second one if I owned it, but I did not. So we are playing the first one, which I have had for quite some time. And I was thinking, I didn't look into if anyone else had done this. People probably have. But I was thinking that it would be an interesting idea to make it so, essentially, whenever the character cannot breathe, I too cannot breathe. Which I think would be an interesting way to go about it. I don't know how well that'll work. I did test it a little bit, and I mean, I'm pretty good at holding my breath, all in all. I used to not be as good, but nowadays my breath holding ability has gone up significantly since I was a kid. Because, you know, when you're a kid, you can only hold your breath for like 3 seconds. I don't know why, but the kids just do not like not breathing. But now that I'm an adult and I'm older, I can hold my breath for probably about a good minute or so, probably longer if I have to. And I did test it out a bit. The hardest thing, I got as far as getting cave sulfur, so only like good 10-20 minutes of testing around. And yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. And then eventually we get like a sea moth, and I think everything's fine. But there is some caveats to this, some rules for the run. Mainly, as I said, the main rule is you just don't breathe when the character can't breathe. So anytime his oxygen is going down, your oxygen must also be going down. Anytime he can breathe, like on the surface, on land, in a base that's powered, in a sea moth, in a cyclops, where else? I don't know. You get the idea. Anywhere that he can breathe, I can also breathe normally. Additionally, I have made it so the rules are for breathing while underwater, because your character can get breath back underwater through the use of like brain coral and stuff. And I permit myself, it's a very specific caveat, because essentially if I have room in my lungs to breathe in, then I can breathe in like a sharp gasp of air anytime a bubble hits the character. But I cannot breathe out while underwater, which means that I can't just permanently sit at one of those bubble vents, the what is it, brain corals, and just breathe normally. That would be cheating. So that means that I have a couple options. If I know there's a brain coral down below, I could go and dive without any air in my lungs to leave room for while I'm by the brain coral, I can then breathe in a bit. And that would help. But without exhaling, you still are kind of on a time limit, because eventually your lungs will be full and you can't get any more oxygen in your system. And even if you can get more oxygen in your system, your body builds up carbon dioxide as you don't breathe out. And so that will build up in your blood, and eventually your blood will be having a hard time absorbing oxygen because it's so saturated with carbon dioxide. Now, I think that's longer than I'll ever be holding my breath for this, but it's still something to consider. You can't just breathe in forever and hope that you'll be fine. You need to breathe out. It's an essential part of the system. So yeah, those are some of the caveats. I think there's more that I probably am not thinking of right now, but that's essentially how we're doing it. That's the plan here. And it'll go great, I'm sure. It'll be a much quieter playthrough. That's why you might have noticed the music is a bit loud comparatively. I usually have the game volume significantly lower, generally, especially music volume. But because for most of this run, I'm probably not going to be able to talk. Because if I can't exhale significantly at all while underwater in the game, it's an underwater game. I'm going to be under the water probably 90% of the time. So I'm not going to be able to talk much. And at the times that I can talk, I will take advantage of that. It's not going to be a completely talkingless run. But it's probably going to be more of a chill, atmospheric experience for you guys, at least. For me, I'm going to be having to hold my breath all the time. So that's going to be a lot less chill for me. But, you know, hopefully it's an interesting way to go about it, because mainly the reason why I wanted to do this was because it's one of my pet peeves when in like movies and TV shows and games and other such things, even this game, where your character just passes out like immediately after not having oxygen to breathe. And I'm always like, you could hold your breath for so much longer. And in like movies and TV, I understand that they don't want to like have half of an episode be someone slowly drowning to death for multiple reasons, you know. One part of the reason would be like, oh, well, that's very gruesome, just watching someone drown for 10 minutes, you know. Probably not 10 minutes. The average person would probably pass out within like 5 or 6 minutes, but, you know. Either way, it would take a lot longer to actually drown than a lot of media portrays. But I wanted to do this to prove that in games like Subnautica, even if you didn't have the air canisters, even if you didn't have anything of that sort, you could do the entire game lore-wise on a breath hold, I think. We'll see. There might be situations where I have to be out in the water without a sea moth or anything for longer than about 90 seconds, I'd say, is my comfortable cap. But we'll see. I don't think there will be, though. I mean, once you get a sea moth, you never really need to be that far from it. Exploring the buildings that are underwater might be the hardest part, because those can be a little tricky and you can get kind of lost in them and risk drowning. And, you know, I think it'll be a lot more interesting for me because, like, if you're just watching a zany little number in the corner of your screen tick down, then it's like, okay, well, that's a little nerve-wracking if you're lost in a building and it's going from like 30 to 29 to 28 and you're just like, oh no, I'm running out of breath. But if I'm physically holding my breath and I can't find my way out of a building and my body starts freaking out because it's like, hey, there's carbon dioxide in your blood, you're freaking suffocating, you need to stop that. I think it'll be a lot more stress-inducing than the regular game. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It's very experimental. I don't know how it's gonna go, but we'll try it and we'll see how it works. So once again, I'm not gonna be able to talk very much, so apologies on that. But I'm sure it will be fine. You know? Anything else I wanted to talk about before we started? I don't think so. Start new game. I already got rid of all my saves because they were from like 3 years ago. So I actually 2 years ago. I think the last time I played was like 2024. So we're gonna play on survival. I would like to play on hardcore, but I just don't like the idea of if I make like a really big fancy base and then I get like sneak attacked by a leviathan that I'm just dead. You know, I feel like it's too easy to die for me to feel that hardcore is sustainable right now. Maybe once I'm better at the game. But for now, we're just going to be on survival and figure things out from there. Because that, I'm sure it'll go well. And, you know, I don't think I've ever beaten this game. I've seen people beat the game, so I know what it's about. I know what happens and all that. But I don't think I've myself ever actually gotten through the entire game. I usually focused a lot more on the base building and survival aspects of the game, rather than, oh, let's go for the lore places. I was just like, yes, let me make a base in the kelp forest. That's right next to my base that's in the safe shallows. That's right next to my base in some other biome. Like, you know, just a base in every biome and constantly just building more. And we'll still be doing some of that, just not as much. So, was this the planet that the Aurora was trying to land on? I am wondering, because I was just thinking, how did the Aurora's vessel survive re-entry? Oh, also the opening sequence might be a bit loud. It's coming up like right now, so be careful about that. We'll see. Because, I mean, the ship is freaking exploding. It's probably a little loud.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, let's get this thing started. Yeah, it must have been coming in to land on the planet, because otherwise why would... Because it seems like we're already in the atmosphere when we launched. Even if upper atmosphere? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we launched while in space. But then why did we land so close to where the Aurora landed? I feel like we had to have been... Okay, here we are. Fire time. Alright. Give me the fire extinguisher, thank you. I know how to do this. I'm kind of glad that I tested some stuff out before this, because I didn't remember any of the controls before. Alright, get that PDA on.
You have suffered minor head trauma. This
thank
is
you.
considered an optimal outcome.
I believe it is.
The PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
No, thank you, thank you. Okay. Now, we're in the game. That's one thing I like about Subnautica, is it doesn't give you like a 10-minute long introduction of just like, this is where you are, who you are, and everything, and your motivation, and this is your family back home, and you know, stuff like that. It just throws you into it. It's like, you don't know who you are, you don't know why you're here. Live. Just like, okay, can do. Okay, first plan. We need to get some basic things, like an O2 tank, which isn't going to help us very much, but we need it. Some fins, which are going to help greatly, so we need a lot of silicone, I think. Let's see. We can make 2 silicone out of 1 seed cluster. So I think we need 2 seed clusters then, because that would give us 4 silicone, which gives us enough for the fins and a knife. I know the basics of the game. I'm no expert. I'm no speedrunner, so don't be expecting too horribly much in that regard. Hello. It's a little bit loud. Let me turn it down just like 90%. Not by 90%, but to 90%. Okay. Where are we? We're not gonna know. Okay.
Aurora suffered orbital
Also, do we have...
cause unknown.
I think we do. Okay. I said it.
Life signs detected.
Okay, thank you, robot. I set it to pause in the PDA. Not that we can breathe while we're in the PDA, but at least things can't attack us while we're in the PDA. That's what's important. All right, so we're gonna go under the water, and once again, cannot breathe under the water. So I won't be able to talk. I'll see you guys on the other side then. We need to go get some seed clusters and some titanium. That's what we're doing, okay?
Oxygen.
Okay. First breath hold, not bad. Not bad at all. I think we got everything we needed too. At least for the first couple items. You know, sadly, there's no real way for me to prove that I've been holding my breath the whole time. You just kind of need to trust me. And also, if I hold my breath for a long time, I'll probably end up gasping for air at the end, so you could probably just go off that. But yeah, it's kind of a trust me bro situation. But at least for me, I know I'm doing it, and it is not gonna be the easiest thing. We got fins already, which is one of the main things we wanted.
The fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment. Using locally available materials, new blueprint safety. This setting cannot be overridden.
All right.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Oh, high capacity. Could we actually make that soon? Not that we need to. Because that's another weird thing about this run, is it's not going to be based on, you know, Riley. I think his name is Riley. Riley Robinson. It's not going to be on Riley's, you know, amount of air that he can hold. It's going to be based on mine. Because if I can't hold my breath as long as he can, it doesn't matter. I'll need to end up going somewhere for oxygen before I end up suffocating. But don't worry, I did look this up a little bit. And I'm pretty sure it is relatively safe to hold your breath for long periods of time over and over again, as long as you catch your breath in the middle. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what, like, divers do in order to, like, prepare for stuff. So now we need cave sulfur. That's our next goal. So, back once more into the breach.
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible. Be advised, a common complication for cave divers is loss of orientation, followed by eventual asphyxiation.
I could have sworn I saw a stalker, like, right next to us. And he just lost track of him. I don't know where he went. Okay. So where the heck do you get cave sulfur? This is always the issue I run into, is I know that cave sulfur is in caves. I just don't know which caves have them. So I end up going in every cave I see, and 90% of them don't have them, so we're just gonna have to look in all of them, I guess. Okay. Once more. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Although, I think the main issue I'm going to be running into is that I'll probably end up wanting to talk when I'm on the surface instead of catching my breath like I'm supposed to be, which is probably unhealthy for me. So, we'll see how that goes. But repair tool, already. Easy game. Of course, I know what I'm doing for this portion of the game. I've done this a million times, so you know, it's not exactly comparable to later in the game. All right. Thank you.
Radio online. Broadcasting emergency distress signal.
Okay, thank you.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
Monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
All right, so what are we going for next? What do we need?
Small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure.
Scanner, I
bodily
guess.
fluids,
Okay, can we
and
make that
internal
actually?
organs,
I
thus
think we
rendering
can.
them safe for human consumption.
Oh, we need acid. Okay. 1 second. Okay, easy enough. Let's get battery, and we can get the scanner. We can start going off and scanning things. That's like most of the game. Oh, we have no titanium. Oh, we can make titanium though. Good. I was gonna say I could have sworn I got more scrap than that. All right, scanner.
The scanner
Perfect.
can be used to synthesize blueprints.
Don't
from
stare into that.
salvage
It can't be
technology
healthy.
And to record alien biological data.
All right, we still have 2 seed clusters. Let's just make some lube, because I know we'll need that for a sea moth and probably sea glide
Is essential
as well.
in construction of vehicles
I don't know.
And power plants.
We can turn our quartz into glass real quick, because I think the only thing you need pure quartz for is the solar panels. So, not that important. Additionally, we can eat the cooked peepa. Let's actually cook the other one as well. I'm wanting to go a little bit fast because I want to see how much I can get done. There we go. Before the aurora explodes.
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy. Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core, sustained during planet fall.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say as well, feel free to hold your breath with me if you want. You know, it can be an interactive experience. Of course, it's a little different for me because I'm able to control when I surface and when I don't. If you guys are holding your breath with me, then I just don't surface for an amount of time before you need to breathe, then that could end up being bad for you. So be careful about that, but I doubt I can hold my breath significantly longer than anyone else out there could, so I don't think it would be that big of a deal. But yeah, if you want to try to hold your breath for the same duration as me, then be my guest. Try as best as you can. I'm sure a lot of you can probably hold your breath a lot longer, but I'm not bad at it. As we have seen, I already got like cave sulfur and everything. Went down in caves, scanned stuff, all with just breath hold. It's not that bad. Not that bad at all. Okay, we need to get back inside and get our water up. And then what are we doing? Scanning stuff more. That's pretty much it. Okay. Alright, let's go agua. And we can make all the water at once because, you know, it stays water. You don't really need to worry about it rotting or anything like that. How's our storage doing? Let's just put away all this stuff for now because we're gonna get more while we're out there. So we might as well just have the stuff that we need on us so we have plenty of inventory space. I would like also to make a builder. What does a builder take? Because I'd like to get more storage and start building up a lot of materials. Oh boy. Computer chip, wiring kit, and battery. What do those take? Silver. Yeah, we're not getting that for a while. Table coral gold. Copper wire. Yeah, we're not getting gold for a while either. I don't remember where gold is. I know silver. Silver's down in the kelp biome, right? I think we can grab some of that. But the computer chip is gonna take some time. What else we need the wiring kit for? Nothing else. Okay, good to know. Anything else we want? Oh yeah, we could get this with silver. That could be useful. Fiber mesh. Okay, yeah, nothing too useful in there right now. Back into it. Okay, I don't think this is a kelp biome we're above. There's no actual kelp in it. There's just the grass at the bottom. We could go down there and see if there's anything down there, but I am a bit lost. I don't have a great sense of direction in 3 dimensions, you know? So we'll, I think maybe over here is the kelp. I don't know. We'll look for the kelp. Excuse you, good sir. What are you up to? I'm not even in your biome yet. Why are you just chasing? Hey, can you stop? Okay, thank you. Ah, they're annoying. Okay.
Seconds. Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
Okay. Just gotta catch my breath a bit. I don't know where the silver is down there. I'm pretty sure it was at, like, low ends of the kelp forest, wasn't it? At least back in the day it was. I haven't played this game legitimately in quite a long while, quite a few years. They might have changed resource distribution a little bit. I know for a fact... What is that? Oh, those are just mushrooms. Okay, we're fine. I know for a fact that silver is in the red grass plains, so if we can find some of that, that would be good. I'll look around a bit for that now that it's day.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. 30 seconds. Oxygen.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of reefbacks. Yeah, those things, they're intimidating. I don't like it, but we did get we got some lead. I think that drops from the same things that give silver, so we're in the right area. We just need to stay there longer. I also, on the way up, forgot that holding the scanner in your hand makes you slower. I'm pretty sure you swim faster if your hands are empty, because then you can use both hands to, you know, swim. But we're gonna head back down there. We're still at the point where Riley has less breath hold capacity than I do, so I can't really push myself to the limit, but yeah. I think the entrance to the jelly place is around here, isn't it? I think it is. Okay, once more down there. Let's go for it.
Seconds. New blueprint acquired. Oxygen.
Yeah. If I actually get a good amount of breath in, actually, I should get the silver for sure. I was thinking that I should go back to look at the message, but I should probably grab the silver first. But yeah, I think around 70 seconds is my comfortable limit. Of course, then I can probably go another like half minute after that, because the second you get uncomfortable isn't the limit, it's just the point that you start to get a little uncomfortable. You can just kind of man up and tough it out.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Seconds.
Okay. Why was that limestone and not sandstone? That should have been sandstone. It was in the... Alright, I don't know why the ocean sounds were cut out for a second there, but that's fine. Alright, well, we'll get back in there. I definitely need to get the silver so I can get the higher capacity air tank so I can actually stay down there long enough to do anything. Because the second I get down to the bottom, I'm actually going to look in the PDA so I don't, you know, waste time while I'm catching my breath. But, yeah, by the time I get to the bottom, his O2 is already pretty low, and then I only probably have like 20-30 seconds at the bottom before I have to start coming back up before I drown. So I need to get his O2 higher just so it can match my O2 tolerance as well, which is so ironic because he is literally using an oxygen tank and he can't hold his breath as long as I can with nothing. Like, absolutely diddly. Now, to be fair, he is actually underwater, and that puts a lot more pressure on your body, and he's swimming, which makes it, you know, so you're exerting your body, whereas I'm just sitting here playing a game, there's not a whole lot of exertion going on. But still, I don't feel like that would reduce your... Because, like, if I could just breathe normally for 30 seconds, then I think that I'd be pretty good to go longer than 75. Which actually, yeah, I guess his regular air, like, breath hold is 45 seconds, because that's what you start with O2-wise. But you don't really... So you don't really start holding your breath until after that 40... Or after the 30 seconds have passed. Which is interesting, now that I think about it. But still, 45 seconds is not very long to be able to hold your breath before you just freaking black out. Even when swimming around and exerting yourself to that degree, I think you'd be fine. Anyway, back into it.
Integrating new PDA data. Thirty seconds.
Okay. Still no sandstone deposits, but I'm sure I'll find one this next time. I've just been trying to get all the scans as well, which I should probably be waiting until I actually have more oxygen before I start trying to do them scans, because they take a while. But we did get a Seamoth fragment, or not Seamoth fragment. We haven't gotten any Sea Glide. No, we got one, I think, right? Didn't we? Blueprints. We got one Sea Glide. Oh, it actually shows little segments. That's nice. Okay, so we have one of 3 Seamoth, one of 2 Sea Glide. That, because those are going to be the biggest upgrades. Is the Sea Glide is going to make it so we can go a lot further in the same breath hold, and then the Seamoth is going to be a mobile air stock. I was considering not having the Seamoth count as an air supply because it would just be too easy, but I still feel like there's a lot of situations where you have to just be out of your Seamoth anyway, like to scan things, to cut things open, to explore inside caves and buildings that are too small for your Seamoth to get inside. So I think it'll still be, you know, somewhat a challenge even after the Seamoth, and the times that you are mostly having to dive deep down with holding your breath is when you don't, it's like before the Seamoth, because even once we get all the parts to it, we're still going to need to build it, which is not easy. So, but for now, I'm hoping for the Sea Glide, and that's about it. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Why does it say there's still one in here? Just one that I haven't looked at? Yeah, okay, bar table. Nice. Yeah, I need to get to the point where I can make our builder tool. But that's gonna... I need gold for that, right? Okay, what does this take? We don't know that. Okay, we need this as well before we can get a Seamoth. So yeah, we need these fragments, we need these fragments, and we need materials for both. And I probably want a habitat builder as well, maybe before that. But I don't know where I can get gold on a breath hold, but we'll see. All right.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules. – 30 seconds. oxygen.
Yes, I understand. Oxygen. You know, I thought it would be a lot easier to keep track of my breath when I'm the one actually holding my breath. But I do still end up forgetting that my character needs to breathe. Probably because he still has lower oxygen than me, so I'm sitting there like, I'm fine. I could hold my breath a bit longer. And then Riley's over there just like freaking dying. Once again, reminder, he has a 30-second head start on me, you know? He can... Are those floaters? Just in the water for some reason? Okay, well... They're not holding on to anything. I don't know what happened there, but... You know, we're not gonna ask any questions. We're a bit further to the back of the ship than you normally are, aren't we? Oh yeah, we got a message.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call made back.
This is Lifepod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic.
Why did they start with the
don't
sea
go home
glide?
without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
You know, people always say like, oh, you know, Riley has it easy because, you know, you spawn in the safe shallows whereas everyone else doesn't. And it's like, sure, there's that aspect to it. But at the same time, apparently they started with a freaking emergency sea glide. I don't have one of those. I wish I started with an emergency sea glide. Alright. Oh, we can make a rebreather. That would actually be very nice. It just takes a wiring kit, which takes silver. Right. Alright, but now we have 135 seconds, and I think that's a lot closer to what my breath hold is. So, even if we upgrade this further, I don't think we're going to be actually getting any further than that actual, like, breath-wise. But that's fine. Okay, we need to find sea glide fragments, which I'm going to go out this way first. I don't know where sea glide fragments are exactly. You know, there's some people who are like really good at the game and they know where all the fragments are and where all the resources are. I don't know that. I'm not one of those people. So well, I'm just winging it. I'm just going off vague memories from years ago of when I played and any knowledge that I've gained from watching other people play more recently. So all in all, that's what we're going off of. Okay, we need some water. Lots of water. Okay, we'll need to grab more fish in general. More peepers, more of the bladderfish. Probably use that, because that dang, I was going to say, that dang tiger plant. I think that's what they're called. Those suck. I hate them. Why does the guy shoot me like that? I was just trying to scan. Okay, into the water we go.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Okay. Nothing down there. No scannables as far as I saw. So let's just catch our breath and keep looking around a bit. Oh, we almost have the laser cutter. That'll be nice. I should probably make a air bladder, shouldn't I? Just for my own sake. Like, I'm pretty sure my character can get to the surface before he drowns, but it would be nice if I start having issues if I could just get to the surface immediately. You know, I didn't actually set up any, you know, issues or like any punishments that would happen if I do end up having to breathe while still underwater in the game. Like if I end up breaking, I never really thought about that far. I guess I just assumed that I'd always be able to hold my breath long enough. But I guess we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Maybe if I end up having to breathe, then I'll just have to make up the seconds that I... No, that wouldn't make any sense because that would be after I catch my breath. I just won't breathe underwater. We'll just not have that happen, and thus we won't have to worry about a thing. But the main issue would probably be if we're running around in a sea moth one of these days, like later on, and something destroys the sea moth. And we're like 300 meters down. That's also why we need an air bladder, is to get out of that situation. Because if the sea moth is destroyed, and that was like my main source of oxygen at that time, then I would be stuck holding my breath until we could get to the surface 300 meters up. And I don't think I'd be able to do that, you know? So yeah, sea glide, air bladders, both probably very important in that kind of circumstance. So we're going to need to make some of those. I know you can get air from the air bladders, but I don't think I'm going to count that as something that I myself can do. So we're just going to not add that. Same with these. These do not count for anything. They're not going to exist for this run. We should get this. Oh yeah, that's why I'm trying to get more silver. I forgot. That's exactly what I'm already doing. All right. So we go down there, look for more silver and more scannables. Okay. Let's go then. Okay, that one was a little taxing. That was about, like, that was getting up to the limit. That was the first one where my chest really started to, like, tighten down. It was like, you should breathe. Oh, that was a close one. Also, what the heck was the shiny peeper about? I know lore-wise, there's the enzyme what's-its-face, and maybe that was just a peeper that had that enzyme in it, and that's why it was all shiny, but, yeah, oh, right, there's that. There's sea glides damage. Right, we could actually go there and get the rest of the sea glide fragments, can't we?
High priority automated message.
Oh, thank you.
Aurora live pod 13 coordinates attached. Live pod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kasa. I said Kassad. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Yeah, rip
Signal
him. He's dead.
location uploaded to PDA.
Alright. So we were needing... What were we needing? Rebreather. Requires the wiring kit. And the mesh, which I think just takes, mesh. Does that? That's just the weed, right? Takes the good kush. Okay, we'll go grab some of that, I think. Unless we can... Can I see what it's made out of before having to make it? Because it says things take it, but it doesn't really tell me how to make it. So we're just gonna go with the weed. Alright then, apparently those take up a lot of space. So we're gonna go back and actually put stuff away. Okay. That's as much as we can put away. Let's go actually grab the stuff now. I don't know how much we needed, so I just got like 4. And any that we don't need, I can just eat, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, it takes 2 each. That should be good for us. Okay. Now we can get the rebreather, which is probably useful for our character. Not that I will be able to breathe any longer than him, but that's probably fine. Pathfinder tool. Oh. I've never used that before. I've never even seen someone use that before. Air bladder. Right. Take silicone. I should have grabbed some more of that. Do we have leftover silicone in here? No. Alright. Let's also turn these into these, so they're actually usable. Okay, and we're gonna need some more storage soon. But hopefully I'll be able to get some gold and get the, Oh, we have gold! Wait. I forgot, we got gold. Why did I not remember that? Okay, what else do we need then? Computer chip, wiring kit. So we need more silver, which will be pretty easy. Oh yeah, and then just copper wire. It just takes copper, we have that. And table coral. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that should be easy. We have everything we need. We just need to go grab a little bit more silver. Waterborne bacteria levels high. That's not good. Alright. I was at the surface and I forgot I could breathe. Okay. My brain was still in hold breath mode. But I think over here, approximately, was where the silver was.
Engineer blueprint acquired.
Oh gosh, how do we fly that high in the air with just swim speed? I don't know. A bit of a beast, I guess. Alright. Well, we didn't get any silver. We have the one silver, but not the other silver that we needed. We got more gold, though. That's nice, I guess. Alright. Well, let's go back down and see what we can get.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters, leading to an unknown environmental biome.
Okay. That one was also getting a bit long. I don't know if my stamina for staying underwater is going up or going down as the stream continues. I think it might be going down because my body is just gradually getting less oxygenated the more times in a row I have to hold my breath. That's fine. It's fine. We're okay. Okay, but we got our second silver. We actually also got a free stalker tooth. I'm so glad that they just decided to drop one of those for me. Was it the wiring kit that we needed? What do we need? What are we going for here? Wiring kit, computer chip. What else do we need for you? Right, table coral. Didn't get that. But yeah, wiring kit. Okay, we have one table coral in here, and we also have the copper. I don't know how much copper. 3, 2, 17. 2, okay. Okay, now we just need another table coral. Okay. Yeah, I think my tolerance is certainly going down as time progresses, which is fine. Giant wiring kit, you say? I don't think we want that. Unless that is what we need for this. No. Okay, we can actually make that real quick like here. But first, what was I going for? Builder thing? Battery. Battery. Mushrooms. We have mushrooms. Battery. Habitat builder. Okay. Favorite part of the game is here.
Tool is designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
Now we just need to figure out where we're wanting to set up shop for our first base. You know, it doesn't have to be the perfect location, but it should be a location that's pretty decent. Ooh, I was thinking there was a spot. I don't know where it is in relation to us right now. I remember seeing it just a minute ago, but there was an area. Ooh, we should also look into making a beacon. How do you make beacons? I usually don't make beacons, but how do you make beacons? Deployables. Beacon? Oh, do you have to scan the beacon? You have to scan the beacon, don't you? I don't have any beacon fragments. Okay, but let's try to get one of these, because that will be very useful. So we just need... we can make another one of these, right? Yeah. We'll need more copper, though. I'll need to look for more copper eventually. Now we just need a battery and lubricant. Do we have any more copper left? Not really. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I picked up a lot of titanium from the thing, assuming that I would need it for building, but I forgot that I'm not building right now. So let's keep. We need a battery. Can we make a battery yet? No, we need mushrooms. Okay. Oh no.
The Aurora's drive core has reached critical state.
Okay.
Detonation will occur within 2 hours.
Okay, we have lubricant. We thought ahead and made the lube. Lube. Okay. Sea glide. Thank you. Appreciate it. Inventory full. Of course it is. Of course it is.
The Sea Glide will increase your effective exploration range. For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
Okay. So let's see. Now that we have this, that will be useful. Let me toggle map. Oh, the map's not on right now anyway. We need to go find that location I was thinking about. I think it's towards the Aurora. Okay. I didn't really explain my thinking fully before going under the water. So, that place over there has big explode event. Now, back when I used to play, those explode events didn't really do much. But apparently, they have added thermal generators since last time I played. So, you can make a base in there. Or above there. So what I was thinking is I believe that this area, I'm going to check around a bit more, but I believe this area is close to one of the entrances to the Jelly Shroom Cave. And so I was thinking it would be nice to have a base near the entrance of any of the deeper caves in the game. The Jelly Shroom being the earliest game example, So having a base here nearby to where I can enter the jelly shroom cave would be nice. And then I would just have another base over by like a Lost River entrance or something. Maybe even in the Lost River. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens. But if I could have a nice base just above a geothermal place, so I don't have to fully rely on although at this height we can rely on just solar, but it would be better to not have to, you know? Just in case like the sun dies or something, I don't know. I'm gonna keep checking around. Okay.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, yeah. So the jelly shroom cave entrance is right there toward the aurora. Not that hard to find, I don't think. So okay, so even while it's off, or not shooting stuff right then, it's still dangerous to be near, apparently. So that's no good. But yeah, we can start building. We'll just build right over this vent, and it's also close to the life pod, just by chance. I know the life pod can spawn in any of the different shallows, so it's kind of nice it spawned right above this. I should have figured out what I was trying to build before going under the water, because sitting there holding your breath while waiting to figure out what you're building is, not my brightest idea, I gotta say. Okay, so I want something, okay. The way that I want the base to work is I just want something at the surface that I can go into, and then something also down in the lower part of the base, so I'll probably have to start at the lower portion. Oh, and then we want a room, but we don't have any room things scanned yet. We might have to go to the island first, actually. Which we could. The island's not that far away. So yeah, let's try that. Let's go to the island. Let's get some base building ideas from that. And then head back here and start building. We'll also need a big old bunch of inventory space and some other stuff. How are we gonna do that? Let's build a temporary base real quick over by the pod. Didn't bring any glass. Okay. Don't we have glass? Did we use our glass? What did we use our glass on? I don't remember. But okay. Could have sworn we had glass. Alright. We have that. Now, what else do we need for, like, lockers? Not much, right? That's just titanium. Because I just want this little thing to be able to put some lockers down in it. Is this bigger? It might be bigger. I'll just use wall lockers because they don't take quartz. But all right.
Power restored. Welcome aboard. Primary systems online.
All right, our first able to breathe in base that is under the water. That is quite the achievement. And my lungs are happy for it. Because yeesh. Alright, wall locker. Let's store our everything, because as I said, we're going to the island. Don't need any of that. Let's go catch some fishes. Trying to find more salt. I don't know where it is. Eclipse? Yeah, Eclipse. Oh, that's cool. And terrifying. Alright. Now we can make everything into water. And then we can cure the peepers so they last a lot longer. Because we're gonna be out at the island for a good while, probably.
Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly
Thank you.
exercise quotient by 500%.
Appreciate
Data
it.
indicates that swimming was your favorite activity.
Oh yeah.
Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
You know, it's kind of weird that they say that, seeing as how swimming is one of the few, like, very balanced full body exercises. Okay. And we'll put anything else we don't need immediately in here. Just throw the peepers in there, they'll be fine. Actually, we can probably eat these before we go. Alright. cookie to peepers. I didn't notice that we were pretty low on hunger as of right now. Okay, don't eat the cured ones. That's good. Still got plenty of water. Okay, I think we're ready. Okay, well, it's, I think, this way from the Aurora, so we'll just head that direction until we see an island. Oh, great.
A quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The
I also think we're getting out
reactor
toward
reaches a
Leviathan
critical
range.
state in T-10,
Oh,
9,
I've never seen this from behind, actually.
7, 6,
I might be too close.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Jeez, okay. Hi. You are big.
For your convenience, the radiation suit has been added to your blueprint database.
Okay, where's that island? I know it's over here somewhere. I just don't know where or how far or why or when. I also don't know what's below us. Oh gosh, okay. I don't know if I would say that I have thalassophobia. I don't... I think I have it to the same degree that anyone has it. Like, I don't think anybody in existence is okay with having a large expanse of water below you that you can't see what is there. Especially because I know for a fact that leviathans are in this region. Like, not exactly this region, but where I'm going and where I'm going away from. Like, over by the back of the Aurora, leviathans. Over, I believe, under and on the other side of the island, leviathans. So, both on like both sides of me, from where I'm coming from and where I'm going to, there are leviathans. So at any point in between these two areas, a leviathan could kind of stray from its path and just kind of wind up beneath me somewhere. And that's a little terrifying, just on you know, I don't have a sea moth and I'm just kind of out in the ocean alone kind of level, you know. I also need to make a radiation suit. Hopefully, I think my base is far enough away for the radiation, but I'm not certain of that. I didn't get a whole lot of lead. I got some. I was hoping I'd be able to watch the explosion from the island, but no. I just don't know how far away the island is. I thought I would have run into it by now. Or at least, like, been able to see it on the distance, you know? But I know the render distance in this game is not super far, so that's why you can't just see the island from anywhere in the game. Because it's tall enough you should be able to see it, right? You know, staying on the surface is a lot less stressful, honestly. Because then you don't have to think. You don't have to think about what's below you. Either something pops up out of the depths and kills you, and then, you know, you don't have to worry about it. Or, you know, it's just out of sight, out of mind, and you don't have to think about it. Plus, on the surface, you're as far away from it as you can possibly be. And up here, I can actually breathe. So, there's that. Did I just miss the island entirely? Did I go past it? Or is it still somewhere ahead of me? Actually, let me look up the frickin' map. I don't know where this thing is. I'm worried that I went right frickin' past it. Because I don't remember it being this far out. Of course, I am just swimming, so in theory, I'm probably just going real slow and not covering as much ground as I think I am. Let's see here. Subnautica map. I already know the basic map. I just want to see approximately where I am and approximately where it am. Let's see. Hard to tell. I'd have to go under the water and actually see what biome I'm in right now, because I can't really tell what segment of the map I'm actually in currently. I just have the Aurora as a, you know, not a vantage point, as a landmark. I really wish I could actually see where I am in comparison, though. But I am going too far that way, I think. I think I just need to be going straight away from the crashed ship. Seemingly the back left engine is kind of lined up with the island. So if I look at the back left engine and just go straight away from that, then I should reach at least within sight range of the island. Hopefully. So where am I compared to that? Oh yeah, I'm way too far this way, so it should be this direction, approximately. Because yeah, back left engine should be that one, and then straight out that way, or so. It's really hard to navigate when I can't... Because like, as of right now, I don't think I can go deep enough to be able to see the landmarks at the bottom of the water here. So... that's a bit of a problem. Where is this thing? And render distance. I know usually when you go here, it's because you got a message that tells you the coordinates, and then you're just able to follow the signal, and that makes life a lot easier. But we don't have that right now. I don't know why I have this out when I'm just swimming on the surface. Where's the island? Aha! Man, I had to get close to that. What the heck? Alright, yeah. So, man, we almost passed it right by. If I had just kept swimming that way, I never would have seen this. You have to get, like, incredibly close to see this thing. Okay. I'm not approaching it at an angle I like. I'm approaching it at exactly the worst angle. Because I looked at that map, and I think directly below where we are right now was where it said one of the Leviathan spawn locations was. But we're way up at the surface, so we're going to assume, in a very naive hope, that it doesn't see us. You know? That we're just far, far, far away from it. And we're also going to stick close to the land, because everyone knows sea creatures are scared of land.
Energy signatures on the island's surface.
How do I get onto this thing? I forget. I think there's a beach somewhere. Aha. Land. Okay. And I can breathe consistently while on here, so... And I can sprint. Okay. Life is good. Life is very good. And we didn't end up getting Leviathaned that whole time. Oh boy. That was stressful though. I don't know why. I'm not used to it anymore. I used to be used to swimming around with Leviathans. But I'm not anymore. And watching the videos just does not do it justice. You know, you can watch 100 people play Subnautica, and you never get that same feeling as yourself being in the game, thinking, hey, there's a Leviathan right below me right now, somewhere. And I just need to not think about it, and it's terrifying. I mean, honestly, if I had seen the Leviathan, it might have been less stressful, because then I could have known where it was and, like, kept track of it. But not knowing where it is, just thinking, like, oh man, it could just pop up at any moment and attack me, and then I'm dead. It's like, that is just... I think it's the unknown of it that's the scariest, you know? Alright. Spotlight. Bulkhead. It's nice to be able to breathe, though. Nice.
Preparing the day's water ration ahead of time will help ensure against
Okay, then.
hydration and eventual death.
Weird. Why does it say hydration? We're still at 3/4 water. Does it warn you that early? That would be 50% below at most. Alright, well, let's grab all the flora here. Get the grow bed. Thank you. Was one of these still cooked? Yeah. Let's eat that right now. Drink some water. Okay. Grab some lantern fruit. We can eat those in a minute or so. Oh yeah, observatory. Right. Does this place have a large room, or am I gonna have to go to the Degassi base for that? That's a lot of explosions. Okay. Yeah, we might have to go to the Degassi. I think this is a Degassi base. No, that's one of the rooms down there. Okay. But yeah, I was thinking like the jelly shroom cave Degassi base. I think of this as like, this is the island base, the jelly shroom caves, that's the Degassi base in my brain. That's how I label them. But I think this is a multi-purpose room that we can scan. Hi, Spider-Man. Not even really spiders. You're just invincible for some reason. Yeah, get out of here. He's gonna be back very soon, but that's fine. Okay, I think we... Yeah. Let me grab more. Ow. Okay, you're dead. Thank you. Hello? Ah, there's one inside the base, there's one outside the base. You know, I need to get like a mod that adds guns to the game, you know? Just like a little freaking laser gun that I can shoot these guys with, because that would be nice. Yes, hello.
Integrating new PDA data.
Multi-purpose room. There we go. That's what we came here for. Once we have this, then we can go back and actually build our base. Ooh, we now need to get the moon pool. Still need to get the rest of the sea moth fragments.
Acquired.
How do I get into this section of the base? Ah, over here. Okay. And is this anything? Nope. Wall planter. Hello. He's coming for blood. Alright, there we go. Anything fancy up here? Ladder? I already know ladders, apparently. Data box. What does this got for us? Windows? Head windows? Nope.
New blueprint acquired.
Desk. Very important. Oh, ultra glide fins. Do those just make me faster? Because I'd like that.
New blueprint acquired.
You know, there's probably a good amount of technology and stuff in this game that I actually am not familiar with, even though I played before. Because I'm pretty sure some of that stuff has been added.
Integrating new PDA data.
Why was that like 10% louder than everything else? Is that getting louder?
Integrating new PDA data.
I swear that's getting louder the more of them I get. By the end of the game, it's just going to be absolutely like blasting our eardrums out every time. Alright, but we got the planters. We got the rooms. I think that's everything important here. Let's head up to the other observatory just for, you know, completionist's sake. Come on, Skyrim your way up there. You got this. Thank you. Oh gosh. I mean, it's realistic that when you just jump away from the surface that you're standing on, but it's a lot less, you know, convenient for me, so I don't appreciate it. Alright, island base fully explored.
New blueprint acquired.
Marble melon. Okay. Chair. Very important, I'm sure. Other desk? No. Same desk.
New blueprint integrated. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Are we able to put windows and stuff on like the ceilings and edges of stuff? Because I don't remember being able to do that, but maybe we can. Alright, well now it's time to head back home, which is, you know, fine. We can do a self-scan.
Self-scan
Normal.
complete.
Oh.
Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
I guess we're not dying yet. Let's eat these before they get too old. Alright, but at least on the way home we have a heading that's accurate, and we're not just running out into the wilderness hoping that we're going the right way. Just off a vague memory from years ago. Anything else to scan on this island? Probably. I don't see anything though. You guys? No, we already got you. Alright. Now we just head straight back. It's weird that our life pod is so close to the Aurora. I don't think that's normal. Or at the very least, that's not my usual spawn location. Ooh. Well then. Apparently you can't just Skyrim your way down the side of a cliff. Alright, just head straight back home. Alright. We'll just stay at the top of the water so we can breathe. I was hoping to be able to be just under the water enough that I could use the sea glide and above the, but still like at the top where you can still have O2 recharging so I can breathe in real life, but it's fine. We'll just normal swim. It's not that far. Alright, so what do we need next? We need more vehicle bay. Well, we need to build our base first. And then we'll need vehicle bay fragments. Yeah, that's about it. Vehicle bay fragments. I think we already got the... Did we get all the Seamoth? Or do we still need one Seamoth? One Seamoth. Oh, only one mobile vehicle bay. When do we scan mobile vehicle bay things? I don't know, maybe I wasn't paying attention. I was just scanning everything I saw. But good. Great. Good for me. Plasteel. Alright. Okay. We're back in here. Now, we need to build the base. And the base is gonna take titanium. Gonna put these away for now. Need the titanium. Put those away. These are still fine, right? Yeah. I think those are fine forever, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna take a bunch of titanium, because we're gonna need a lot of it. And then we also want lead, because I need to, you know, I need to go get some seaweed and make a radiation suit. Okay.
Welcome.
Oh, we already have some fiber mesh in here. We need the glass. We need some of that. We need a lot of quartz. Let's go grab some quartz. Okay. Didn't get as much quartz as I would have liked. Yeah, just 2. We need a lot more than that, but I don't know where to find more. I think in the other safe shallows there's more.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, well, that's enough quartz for now, methinks. Because, yeah, that's a good amount. Ugh. And then we'll also get 1 glass back from deconstructing the hatch on our temporary base, which will be good. But first we need to... Let's count how much we're going to need, because I might want... Let's see. Blueprints. Yeah, this is where we're supposed to be. I kind of want to have a glass compartment up at the top, if I can. And then vertical connectors, so that's going to take a lot of titanium, and then it's going to connect down to an area with multi-purpose rooms. Maybe even an observatory. Let's see. I'm going to have to check out the area. Oh, multi-purpose room glass dome. Enameled glass. But alright. We also need probably some reinforcements. I mean, we're not that deep at all. We're literally in the shallows, but do we know how to make reinforcements? I assumed we did. Do we not? No, there it is. Okay, it takes lithium. I don't know where you find lithium. But if we're going to be having a lot of glass, we're probably going to need those reinforcements eventually. But yeah, for now, we'll just make the glass for the glass compartment, and we have enough for the multi-purpose room as well. Okay. Let's make glass. And glass. And more glass. Okay. Oh, we took all the titanium from you. Okay. What do you have to say?
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed 1 kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Yeah, good luck with that. Alright.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Okay. Where's the place we were wanting to build again? I thought it was towards the Aurora, but I also thought it was a lot closer. Okay. So we're gonna start with maybe one of these. Well, we've done some science. The base does not seem to break immediately if you put it inside the volcano, which is a good thing. But I wanted it further up above, but I wanted it to be like directly above, but I guess that's gonna be more difficult than I thought. So let's go to deconstruct that.
It may be prudent to separate work and leisure spaces to maximize productivity. Treat
'Cause here's my
this
plan.
space as your home, but never forget that it is not.
I want to have one room, and then maybe a hallway out right above the thing, and then in that hallway, I guess we'll have like maybe a ladder that goes down to a place that then collects the thermal energy whenever we get access to that. And then I'm gonna have another, like 2 other multi-purpose rooms, and then one observatory that kind of looks out towards the aurora. So we'll just basically have one room on each quadrant of the big vent here. Hopefully that works. Let me drink some water. And we should probably go grab some first aid as well, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Evidently, a hatch takes quartz and not glass, like I thought. So, it's a little bit of an issue. Alright, we don't have any quartz here. We'll have to just deconstruct something to get it, which shouldn't be too hard. Let's grab the rest of our titanium in the meantime.
Warning, emergency power.
Okay, now we just gotta find that base again, and then I'll be able to put down a hatch, and then spend a lot more of our titanium so we have inventory space. Okay, it's always the quartz. I'm telling you, it's always the quartz. Ow. Did I just run into a floater on accident? Those are dangerous, apparently. Okay. I need to grab a health kit at some point, but I still need more quartz. I think I just need one. I think I already put one in.
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
Okay. That's a lot of quartz. Good. Now we can go finish building the thing, and then go inside our thing, and then be able to start building some, you know, storage, and then we'll actually have a legitimate base. That will be very nice.
Power restored. All primary systems welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, we have an Okay, that's kind of cool. We have an actual base going on. A very rumbly base that's right above a volcano and is also very low durability, but I'm sure that won't cause any issues. Alright, now we need interior stuff. Room partition, no. Yeah, this stuff, okay. A grow bed would be nice, so we don't have to keep slaughtering thousands of peepers for our food. One of these would be nice, but we already have one of those in the other place. And then, I don't know, I feel like wall lockers are more efficient. Just because, I mean, they don't take quartz, and we've seen how much of an issue it is getting quartz. And you can actually put them on the walls, instead of, you know, not having them on the walls. So we'll just make a lot of wall lockers. Plus, these you can label. Everyone likes being able to label things, right? I'm just gonna... I'm out of titanium. What do you know? Alright. First locker. Quartz. Get in there. Alright. And actually, how much does it take for a fabricator? If I can make a fabricator, then I could deconstruct these thingies. More than I have on me right now. Okay. Okay, had to hold my breath that whole time because, you know, didn't have oxygen in the base. Alright, but there was our gold. Now we just need some table coral samples. And what else was it? Okay, yeah, titanium and a table coral sample. That's not that bad. Because we can get our titanium right here. And then we just need table coral. We also need these, which we don't have enough of yet. We need both, right? Or does the radiation suit come with the helmet? I guess it must. Okay. Well, that should be fine then.
Land re-recorded. Distress call.
This is Ozzy from the cafeteria. What the hell, guys? They didn't warn us this might happen. Our pod was almost crushed by this Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system, and this grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay. I'm gonna go in here. You're gonna be titanium. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Let me actually look. Oh, it actually is. Good. It's just had a slightly different font to it. We're gonna put a lot of titanium in there. We're probably gonna have a few titanium lockers, honestly. And then what else do we need? We need a table coral. That's why we went in here to get inventory space. Okay. Okay, I almost ran out of breath there. I just keep trying to do too much while underwater, you know? I keep just wanting to keep going and going and going, but I need to remember to actually come up to the surface every so often. Okay, let's see where we can place this. Let's just put it into this entryway, shall we? Have the whole room be dedicated to lockers and other such things. There we go. What else can we make? Radio. Can't make that yet. More wall lockers. Indoor grow beds would be nice. We do have those seeds we gotta use. Plant pot. Okay, let's open you up. Grab some more titanium. And then we can make an indoor grow bed. Probably mix and match these, right? You know, put... Just trying to get it at the very last pixel, right there. Yeah, if we put one of those there, we could still put wall... Yeah, we could still put wall lockers above it, so... We should be able to do that. Doesn't need to be perfect. But my brain is just like, nah, you gotta place it as close as you can so you get efficiency. But that's not necessary. We're already gonna have more storage than we know what to do with, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's grab the rest of our titanium here. I kind of like the rumbling in the base. It's kind of fun. Alright, and that's the start of our big base here. We need to get some lithium so we can make some reinforcements on the walls. Probably gonna be in here. Like this whole place is probably gonna be all defensed up. And then there's gonna be a way that goes up, probably from here or here. Can you go, can you have a thing that goes down and up at the same time? I don't know. Let's see. No, so you can't put ladders in here because we don't have the vertical connectors yet. Yeah, okay. But anyway, now that we have a base, we can start doing some fancy things, such as, I'm probably gonna have at least 2 of these. Let's make a lot for titanium, because we're gonna want a lot of that. Let's just do all 4 of these into titanium ones, and then we're gonna have 2 for quartz. And then what else do we need ones for? A lot of things. We have a lot of different materials. Let's see. There's glass. It would make sense to have a glass containment next to the quartz. But why would I do that? Because why would I turn things into glass if I'm not going to use them as glass? I don't know. I could also have multi-storage things, like, such as here could be glass slash sulf. So, glass slash sulf. Because then I could put my cave sulfur away in here as well, and then it isn't just a big storage to just a little bit of glass that we have left over. Okay. We need a lot more, though. So we're going to go look around for more salvage. I also need to use this. I didn't grab the healing kit because my inventory was full.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay. We're good. We're fine. Everything's great. Where's our base? Okay. More titanium. And now, preferably, I would just have a different storage locker for every material. But as of right now, our titanium is a little limited. Why can't I not place one here? I can place one on the other side. Okay, guess it just doesn't like me doing that then. We'll just start placing them over here then. That's fine by me. we're just gonna have a couple miscellaneous lockers for now. So I can just shove everything that I own inside of here, and we'll be fine. Okay. Throw the quartz in here. Oh, we need to get some creepvine samples for more fiber mesh, which actually we should be holding on to the lead from here. I think it was only 2 that we needed, right? Yeah, okay. So we need another fiber mesh, which I think is 2 samples. So let's go grab that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now we're able to make another mesh. And then radiation suit. That should be good. That'll get us to the Aurora, but we still need other things. Alright, we can have this on for now. We have the repair tool. I don't remember what you need exactly to get into the Aurora. You might need the diamond for the cutter. I don't remember. But that will probably be for another time, because I think 2 hours of consistently holding my breath over and over is probably enough for one day. I mean, it went well so far, though, you know? Not being able to breathe has not been as debilitating as I thought it would be. Okay. Cause yeah, it's pretty fun though. Like one time I forgot that I was supposed to be holding my breath. When I was on my way back from the island, because I'd been on the island for so long that I kind of forgot that's a thing I was doing. But we've remembered it pretty consistently other than that. And we'll just we'll head up here and just look at the dying Aurora as we savify right there, and we'll call it a day. That went well, surprisingly enough. I had a good time, and I don't know, it is kind of relaxing to just hold your breath for a couple reasons, I guess, because on one hand I don't need to think about what I'm saying on stream, because while holding my breath I can't talk, so I can just be silent, and nobody would expect otherwise because I'm literally underwater holding my breath. So there's that. But yeah, it adds a bit of a interesting thing to it, because if you're just able to float around until your breath runs out, you have like 135 seconds of oxygen, and you're just able to fly around down there and get all the items and be all nonchalant about it. It's like, that is a lot less, I don't know, I guess just immersive. That's the word I was thinking of. It's a lot less immersive than actually, like, every time you go underwater, you hold your breath and then something in your brain starts going like, oh, we are actually underwater, and there's actually a bunch of leviathans floating around trying to kill us. Because there's that extra, like, I don't know, tactile feedback. I don't even know if holding your breath would be counted as tactile. I mean, you're feeling something, but I don't know if that's like a touch feeling. It's more of a warning signal of you're dying feeling. But yeah, it kind of just brings an extra sense into the situation and makes it a little bit more immersive for me. So that is pretty nice, and it's a bit of a unique way to play the game, I think. I don't know, but a billion other people might have done it already, but it's certainly novel to me, so and it's an interesting situation. So yeah, we'll call it there, and I'll see you guys next time, which will hopefully be soon, and I'll actually get back to streaming consistently because I need to, and I keep not doing that for some reason because I'm dumb. That's the reason. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.